AI is undoubtedly important and relevant for telecoms, right, in many, many areas. And one of the most obvious ones is in network management, right? So millions and millions of operational parameters that need to be organized, need to be set and optimized. And I think the point was made on one of the earlier panels that actually most network operators don't optimize them. They kind of work, they find a set that work and stick with it. And which means that most network operators, most networks are not optimized at all. They just work okay. And so one of the things that AI offers is that ability to optimize over multiple dimensions, multiple output parameters. You can optimize for power consumption, optimize for traffic capability, optimize for traffic capacity, all independently. And those things can be done with minimum human intervention. That's the promise. We haven't got there yet, but that's the promise. And so that at that level, the ability to optimize your network without huge human cost on top of it is one of the most important things. One of the ways of optimizing the power consumption in the radio, in the transmitter part of the radio, is to linearize them, which means the heat dissipated, the waste heat dissipated by the radio is minimized. And one of the ways of doing that is to use AI to learn about the components of the radio, components of the transmission channel, to optimize the bias current and so on the radio so that the minimum amount of heat is wasted. All of the electrical power is going into the radio and not up in heat. So and so not only do you have this huge kind of overall macro network opportunity for AI, but you also within the network itself, actually every base station itself can benefit from the application of AI in the transmitter and also in the receiver, that you can actually implement receiver techniques, which actually then also mean the receiver is more sensitive, less complex, and therefore, and also less power consuming. So there's a lot of relevance for AI in telecoms, and there's also some caution to be added. As we all know, AI is not yet ready for prime time in many cases. There's lots of trials going on, lots of examples where it's been applied in isolated cases. I don't think any operator has yet bitten the bullet and let it rip on their total network. That day will come, but it's not quite yet.